Ignorance is, it's bliss, man. Ignorance is bliss. That's why people do it. But we would all benefit more from learning.
In not just the entertainment industry, do you think ignorance is one of the biggest problems with society right now?
Well, yeah, and even the term ignorance is it's so funny because people get hit with that word in so many ways. Like, they don't realize that ignorance means not that I'm a bigot, not that I'm a racist. It's just I am ignorant to who you are and what your background may be. I'm ignorant to your life, and there's a lot of ignorant people who mean well. They just have no reason to learn about you. They don't. It's just extra knowledge that they can't. What are they going to deal with it for that 20 minutes you're on stage? Learn it? Yeah. They just choose, like, I don't need to learn this. I'm old. I'm done. Nowhere in my realm does this exist. So ignorance is definitely a problem in that sense, where it's like we have a lot of people who don't want to learn, and they get stunted in life. And because they don't want to learn, it confuses them when you don't follow along the lines of the stereotype. It's like Ron Funches has that whole joke about I listen to Alanis Morissette, and that was funny to people because it's like, oh, well, why would a black dude listen to Alanis? And it's like, well, because if it's music, it's good. It's good. Jimi Hendrix played guitar. Like, it doesn't matter. But that's that ignorance. Like, oh yeah, I guess other ethnicities do listen to white music, and that blows people's minds. Like, it's good and it's bad in a sense of if you can readjust a person's mind and change it, but it does suck. It does stunt. As a performer, it stunts the performance because it's kind of like I have to address this. Now, luckily with me, I happen to be very pale, so I don't come off as Mexican, and I don't have to mention it. So I don't have to jump that hurdle. The hurdle that I usually have to jump is I look very young. And that's the hurdle that was the big hurdle, letting the audience understand that, first off, I know I don't look funny, right? And I look young, which means I look like your kid. And it was getting them to realize that I am an adult man who has views that you'll have fun if you jump in. And it's just that you learn how to write along it, and you learn when to pull it out when you need to, but it does suck. Like, it's bliss, man. Ignorance is bliss. That's why people do it. But we would all benefit more from learning.
I agree completely. Do you think a lot of creatives, artists, comedians, people within the entertainment industry can feel trapped when they get into these stereotypical type roles or gigs, such as the Latino nights that you had been talking about? Because at the same time, you want to build your career, but if these are the only gigs available, it becomes really difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do feel trapped. Yeah, man, it is. It's a trapped moment. But here's what I'll tell you what to do. All right. So let's say you're only getting these gigs, because I was only getting Latino gigs for a while. My choice was and I answered this earlier. My choice was to perform material that was not typical of that audience, and to showcase to other comedians and other people, like, this audience will laugh at my Darkwing Duck joke. This audience will laugh at my regular. I don't have to Latino it, This is just a general experience. So then it became that, like, okay, this is the audience I'm given. I will work within this audience and prove to them and myself that we can laugh at other things, So that becomes the challenge. So you have to work in your constraints. You just have to. And if you're only given that box, kill it. Figure out how to punch out of that box, punch a hole through it. But the best thing is that when you have that box and you know how to punch a hole through it, anytime you want to, you can play in that box and be 10 times funnier than the stereotype, because now you know how to destroy it. Now you know how to really jump into it. Now you know how to, you're not going for stereotypical jokes. You're taking the actualness of your lifestyle and making it funny, you know? And that in itself is just a whole nother muscle as a creative. Like, let's look at a group as kooky as Outkast, you know? Andre 3000, very much out there. All right. They came in as Southern hip hop. They lived in that realm. Now, Big Boy stayed pretty much Big Boy, but Andre was like, yo, I'm going to put out Hey Ya. You know, it's not rap at all. It's very, yeah, and that's that challenge. Like, you know me for being this eccentric. Now, I could have stayed in the Southern rap realm and existed completely, but I'm going to go out there, and you're going to enjoy it.